See, so this hand is pretty clear keep. We have basically lands and spells, and it's like, I mean, True Faith Censor isn't great with Sigarda's Priest, but it does have some utility. Means we can attack and tap, so I mean, it's pretty reasonable, I guess. The problem is, if we're going to sack a land to this Extricator of Sin, then we're not going to get our thing online right away. See what we draw. Okay. I think we probably just, we still just play the Extricator and sack a land. Like, so next turn we can play our third land, play the Censor, tap his guy, attack for 3. I think that makes more sense. I mean, I guess, then again, getting +2/+1, that's a 3/3. You just, yeah, that's probably right. Yes. Red-green, interesting. Red-green Delirium. It's not necessarily a Delirium deck, but it certainly has ways to get Delirium. Could be just red-green werewolves with some Delirium synergies. It's a 2/3, become a 3/5, can't play spells on the opponent's turn. I think that since they have the Vessel, they're probably going to get Delirium, in which case we would gladly trade the Horror for the Skinner. Let's see, so this guy's a human, so we can make him a 2/4 Vigilance if we wanted to. I think we just attack with the Horror. I mean, I guess we could wait and set up a big Borrowed Grace turn, but I mean, the Priest isn't going to tap anything anyway, because both their creatures are humans. Yeah, so I mean, we're happy to make this trade. Rather keep the Borrowed Grace. And then if they play a non-werewolf, we just tap it. Or a non-human, any sort of wolf-werewolf thing. Which I'm assuming they have in our green-red deck. They might just be hesitating to play them. Yep, there we go. Ulvenwald Captive, Vildenpack Outcast. Or do you, assuming you don't need the Forest. Yep, took the Outcast. That's what I would expect. It's alright, we got a Choking Restraints ready for that. Block. So we can make this guy a 2/4, pump this guy to a 2/3. I'd rather this guy have Vigilance though. This guy would be a 3, You could even just pump him to a 4. This guy's a 2/3. We can make him a 4/4. We can make this guy a 2/4. This doesn't really matter which one we do. I think I'd rather have this guy equipped for next turn though, because I want him to be the one with vigilance. Or her. I keep saying him. It's clearly a her. So then we could tap the outcast and attack. We have this choking restraints too. Boom. How'd that kill that? Oh, because it turns back to a 3/3. That's right. Now they have land, instant, enchantment, creature, so their creature's getting bigger every turn. Still have that outcast in hand. We have land, creature in a graveyard about to have instant, and we could have enchantment. And this is beginning of your upkeep. If there are 4 more card types in your graveyard, transform. 3/5 vigilance. Sacrifice a non-Eldrazi creature. Put a 3/2 Eldrazi. Okay. He still pumps other things though, so he's going to pump the outcast or whatever creature they play on our upkeep. And we can't like respond by exiling it. It's the ability still in the stack. Yep. It's okay. So we can make this guy +1/-1. We could attack, make our guy into a 4/6 and a 4/4. It's not going to be especially helpful. Could move it onto the other guy, make that guy a 3/3. Then we can give our guy +3/0 to trade with the outcast. And then this guy transforms. So then we would make him a 4/6. I think maybe we just want to spend the turn exiling this. They could have an emerge creature, but we're going to wait. At least represent something with our mana. Uh-oh, something's fighting. Who's going to fight? Fight target creature you don't control. So if we pump our guy, it would make him a 4/6, and they would just win the fight. I think that's a better use of the card. Yeah. So, oh, it says you may have. Oh my god, that was bad. I guess that's kind of annoying. I guess we would have just lost our guy. Now this guy gets bigger. Ugh. Alright, well, that's a step toward a solution. Yeah, that would have been good. Play this and Choking Restraints back in the same turn. One of his attacks add red, 5-mana transform, add white. So color this. We have instant land creature, so this guy is about to transform into a 3/5. Don't really want to block. Don't really want to take 11 damage either. So if we double block the stag, we would presumably lose Extricator of Sin. And then we would exile Choking Restraints. Then we'd play Slayer and Choking Restraints. The opponent wouldn't have a lot going on. If we take it, then we still do the same play. But now this guy transforms. We have a 3/5. 3/5 doesn't really match up great against these guys. So if we equip it, it's a 4/6, which matches up well, but it's still just going to be like a trade for his guys. So I guess we just have to make this trade. If he has a pump spell, we're kind of in trouble. Okay, it's a reasonable card to draw here. I think we need to deal with this guy. Does this one be a 5/4? This one's bigger. 5/5. Trample too. Just play this guy and equip, that makes him a 5/3. You could actually just trade pretty well. And then you could equip this, kind of like that. 5/3 and a 5/5. We might actually just be ahead in this race. This would grant Vigilance too. Vigilance and this thing is a nice combo. So we could go equip, mana equip. This would be a 6/6 Vigilance, attack for 6. Opponent takes it down to 6, and then doesn't really have good attacks. Then we could do this and Choking Restraints next turn. If the opponent has a removal spell, we're kind of in rough shape, but they didn't have a removal spell when we blocked last time. So attack for 6. My 6/6 Vigilant guy. Then next turn we can Slayer, get Choking Restraints back, Choking Restraints the Outcast. So then if they don't do anything, they're chump blocking. I can block an additional creature each combat, transform for 7 to 4/6. Must be blocked if able, can block an additional creature, vigilance. Okay. So we have access to 7. Yes, I would like to. And then I attack. Opponent doesn't have any good blocks, but they have to block with somebody. To block with that guy. Sacks the Outcast. Alright. It's a reasonable card there in that spot. Now if we draw another Slayer, we can get the Choking Restraints back again. So we do have another Slayer in our deck. 2/5 reach. Can block an additional... Geez, the opponent's just like, can block any number of creatures. This is insane. What? Why is this guy attacking? Can block an additional creature's combat. Transforms just 2/4, right? Can my guy not block? I don't understand. What's going on? What am I missing? Can block an additional creature each combat. Okay. Well, that was weird. So now the opponent could kill this guy, but I think we're okay with that because we just move all the stuff onto the Slayer. It's probably just going to get chump blocked by an insect. That was a very strange chump attack there. Tap out chump attack. I think the opponent just, I don't know what they were thinking. Alright, so this guy is going to be, yeah, we want to kill the 4/4, pretty sure. Yep. And then we will move all this stuff onto this guy. So we have an 8/6. Hopefully the opponent doesn't steal it and hit us with it, or kill it. 2/3, when it attacks, it gets +2/0 until end of turn. So if the opponent blocks with everyone, then that would kill our guy, but we'd also kill 2 other guys. We want to kill this guy so we can play this and then equip it and have lethal there. So we're definitely attacking. Opponent's got no cards in hand. Man, this Stitcher's Graph plus True Faith Sensor, this combo. Ooh. Slayer plus Choking Restraints is also a pretty sweet combo. So it blocks with everyone. We want to kill the Watcher in the Web, and attacks is +2 until end of turn. I guess we want to kill both the insects. 5, 6, 7, yeah, we'll just do that. Man, this is so gross. Just like, the opponent's like throwing away all their guys just to deal with each of our creatures individually. And then we're just like, well, draw another creature. This one's actually better than the other ones. This one flies. We have a 6/7 flying vigilant creature. One set conveniently at 6. It has to draw basically a removal spell this turn. Not blocking. Not going to give pump spell as an out. And then I guess we'll play it and attack. So now even if you somehow deal with this creature, then we could just move all the stuff onto the captain. We have another lethal creature. That's game. Alright, so red-green, big werewolfy type creatures, a lot of transforming werewolves. So they do have a lot of humans though. So this card's probably not super effective. Gives a creature indestructible. Pinging their blockers isn't going to help against giant creatures. So I don't want any of these. All these cards are pretty reasonable against them. Again, I'm probably not thinking I want that one because they have humans. We could side out a Sigardian Priest, but I did see enough werewolf, like actual wolf creatures. And then whenever werewolf human transforms into a werewolf, and that's the problematic side, the priest is going to be able to lock that down. So I think I like both the priests. Definitely like the equipment. I like a lot of these things. I like the choking restraints. I like the angelic purge. I like the borrowed grace. Definitely like the ironclad slayers. Lunarch Mantle can give a creature flying, which is pretty relevant. They had the main deck 2/5 Reach Spider, which was, I guess, conveniently a good answer to Lunarch Mantle. Devil's Playground is a good card against werewolves. Blood Mist, but if we're on the draw, Blood Mist gets worse. This guy's a 4/4. He can size up reasonably well. This is evasion. Don't think I want another captain. Let's see, what do I want? Strength of Arms is a way to trade up and play a creature, so I think that could be good in the early to mid game. I feel like they might be a little soft to the individual flyers, and just getting an equipment online was like pretty important. And I really want Devil's Playground too. I guess they had a couple of tramplers. I think if it's just Lunarch Mantle for Spectral Reserves, well, Lunarch Mantle on the Paladin seems good too. Alright, we'll try this. There's always a game 3 if we lose. Alright, so we're on the draw, and we have 2 lands, both our colors, we have our 3 drops. Pretty sure we keep this. We have to brick 3 times in a row, and we have 15 lands, so that's like 15 out of 33. We're going to be like almost 50% to draw land each time. We have to brick 3 coin flips in a row, and that's just to not hit our 3-drop on time, which, you know, doesn't necessarily mean we lose the game either. Like, we could maybe brick once and still come back. Opponent's not pressuring us that great. Okay, we have this thing. We could just strengthen arms this on our next turn if we miss our land drop. Which we are. Here we go. Drain you for 3, transform. Go. That's my werewolf. Your turn. So we did in fact lose all 3 coin flips, but it's okay. Oh, and the card that we boarded out, the card that would make this into a 6/6, for a 4-drop that's not coming down anytime soon. So that's okay. Not sure what the opponent has. There's land, go, land, go, land, go, land, go. Just kept a hand of like mono 5 and 6 drops. No removal. Probably gonna fight our guy with Stag next turn. Nothing we can do about it. Just a 5-mana removal spell though. Gets gain 4 more life. So it'd be 31 to 13. Then we could start drawing our lands, casting our spells. So our sideboard card basically punished us to the max so far. It's strong. Yep, does the fight thing exactly as I expected. And da-da-da. So here's the question, do we play the garrison or the bishop first? So the bishop would get us our clues, and like we can play to the long game, we can draw our cards. I think that since we have cards, we have 7 cards in hand, and we just like are bottlenecked on mana, I think we want to play the garrison. So then next turn we can play like choking restraints, get in with the garrison, and then if we draw a land we can play the captain, make all our guys bigger. I think that's the play that I would prefer. I'd rather get the extra tokens on the battlefield instead of clue tokens. I'd rather have human tokens. Especially since we could like sacrifice a human token to the Extricator of Sin, upgrade it to a 3/2 Eldrazi. We just really need time to deploy our threats at this point. We don't need more card advantage yet. That one will probably work out well. So we could Choking Restraints, and then we can attack for 4, or we could just deploy a threat with instant creature in the graveyard. I'm inclined toward Bygone Bishop. Yeah, I think I like this board now. Opponents away from Delirium, unless they cast like a Vessel, fill up their graveyard in a hurry. Okay. It's not backbreaking or anything. I think we want to Choking Restraints that guy, and then basically these 2 insects are going to trade for the 2 humans made off of this guy. Opponent's going to take 2, 4, 5, go to 10, and then next turn we're going to have the Bard Grace up. So I think just applying pressure here, kind of max pressure, is the place we want to be. Yeah, we got rares too. Our last round opponent had a bunch of rares. We have a bunch of rares too. Uh-oh, do you have a trick? Galvanic Bombardment? Kill the garrison? It's the only way this block makes sense. Nope. Alright, just gain 1 life. Let you have a 1/1. That doesn't make sense. Unless you're wrathing us this turn. Okay. And so I think we can win in multiple different ways this turn. We can attack, make 2 tokens, give all our guys +2/+0, or we can play Angelic Purge, killing this guy. I think I want to win with the Borrowed Grace. Card's been our MVP. I'll let it win us the draft. Alright, block that Handwear, Garrison. Yep. This is actually lethal here, because this is 6 damage. We're going to cast it anyway. It's for funsies. Good games.